Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam from the Beauty Unit Reseller, and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. And we're back here in the beanbag chair. I don't think I heard any noise from it last time, so hopefully it goes well again this time. And today I have a what sold video to go over what sold in the last week, how much it sold for, what the cost of goods were, what any of the fees and shipping costs were so that we can see what the net profit was, and also how many days it took to sell. I feel a little out of breath. I went for a walk with Hallie. It's gorgeous out today. Finally warm here in Vermont. It is in the 50s, which is really warm for this time of year. So I will throw in a little bit of a clip here of us walking Hallie over by Lake Champlain. It's so pretty there. If you're ever looking to travel up into the Northeast, I definitely recommend the Burlington area. So let's hop into what sold this week. Starting off with a pair of Frye harness boots, and these I thought would sell a little bit higher. However, they've been sitting in my inventory for quite some time, so I did want to accept an offer that a buyer had made. They actually came in a little bit lower, and I had made a counter offer, and then they countered again, but they were only a few dollars off, so I decided to accept. The boots sold for $38, and the buyer paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $15. I had picked these up from a local Facebook marketplace pickup, and I actually recorded that. That was my very first video, so I will link to that video. It's a little blurry, but I loved some of the items that I was able to pick up in that haul. With shipping and fees, it was $15.27, so my total profit on these was $15.40, which again was a little bit lower than I was hoping for, but I had them for 113 days, so I was ready to get them out of my inventory. In a similar situation, I ended up selling these Nike Air Max sneakers. I am not very familiar with sneakers, and I know they are really popular and you can sell them for really good amounts. However, I ended up picking these up thinking that they were men's sneakers, and it turns out that they were women's and they were a really large size, so it did take a little bit for these to sell. And a buyer had purchased them on eBay for $34.99 and paid $10.65 in shipping. The cost of goods was a little bit high. For my local Goodwill, they had them marked up, and so they were $10, which I know for some people on YouTube that seems like the going rate, but in Vermont usually shoes are around $6. So for $10, that's a little bit higher, and with shipping and fees it was $14.54, so my profit on these was $21.10. But they did take 151 days to sell. I'm sorry if you're seeing any major changes in lighting. It's a little bit cloudy and I can see the sun is going in and out, so hopefully that's not too distracting. Next up we have a Belgique quart-sized pan, and this was an older pan that I actually received from my friend who moved across the country, and she just had a bunch of stuff left over that she didn't want to move with her, which I don't blame her. So she ended up handing those over to me, and I was able to sell this pan with a lid for $19.99, and the buyer paid $15.40 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0 because my friend had given it to me, and with shipping and fees it was $18.10. So my total profit on this was $17.29. And I actually have been holding on to this for a little bit in my death pile. I was able to finally get it up and listed. I'm not sure when I received it, so in the time that I listed the item and then sold it, it was only 4 days. Next up, we have a Scala wool hat. It was like a baseball cap with a wool exterior, and this sold on eBay for $22 plus $6.25 in shipping. The cost of goods was only 99 cents, and with shipping and fees it was $8.09, so I made a total profit of $19.17, which is really good for a hat. I love selling hats, and usually I'll make anywhere from $10 to $15, so for a baseball cap, $19 is really good. And it took 106 days to sell. The next item I have is actually from my personal closet. Like most others, I have gained a little bit of weight during the pandemic, and since I've started my side hustle, which actually is something that I would like to talk about in a video, is just finding a good balance between a side hustle and a full-time job and also your health. So if you would like to see that video, let me know in a comment below, because I do want to find that balance, and so I would love to hear some tips from you guys. But anyways, regardless of the fact that they were a little too tight on me, I don't think they're really a style that I like anymore. They are Levi's 535 super skinny jeans, and I had listed these and quickly received a buyer offer of $20 with $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $11.67, and so my total profit was $16, and it took 4 days for those to sell. I had done a little bit of retail arbitrage from Lilly Pulitzer. They had an end of season sale in January, and so I did pick up a bunch of items new with tags, and one of those had sold. It is the Gretna skirt set, and it's super cute. I bought it in 2 sizes thinking that I would keep one for myself. However, it just wasn't quite my style. I am a little bit shorter, so midi length skirts can sometimes look a bit bizarre on me. So I did end up listing both of them, and one sold really quickly. It sold for $150 and $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $69, and with shipping and fees it was $37.67. So my total profit on this was $51. And again, issues with my death pile. I have had this skirt set for 61 days, but by the time I actually listed it, it only took 1 day to sell. So again, another reminder, get your death pile listed and you will make money. If you don't get it listed, you're not gonna make any money. So that's a good reminder to myself to keep plugging away, quit sourcing when I have tons of items that are perfectly good to get listed. So there's your gentle reminder. Next we have another item from my liquidation haul, a Free People Sunny set. And this is actually the second one that's sold, so now that it's starting to warm up a little bit, I'm hoping that these will start to sell a bit more. I had a buyer accept an offer from my Posher VA for $58, and I have free shipping set on this listing. And so the cost of goods was $20.48, and with shipping and fees it was $19.43. So my total profit on this was $18.09, and this one took 68 days to sell. Next item was an ear warmer headband, like a fleece headband from Fabletics, and this was actually a gift that I earned with points from purchasing items for my personal use. But I already have an ear warmer that I use when I go running in the cooler months, so I didn't need a second one. And so I ended up listing it and quickly got a buyer offer on Poshmark for $10, and they paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $10.62. So I made a total profit of $7.05, and it took 2 days to sell. I probably could have received more if I held out, but I'm in a good position right now to accept quick flips because sales have been pretty slow, and like I said in some previous videos, I am trying to stop sourcing for a while until I was able to make $1,000 in net profit. I am around $200 away from that, so that should be easy enough if I keep accepting offers and earning money where I can, rather than holding out and collecting an inventory that's never going to sell. So I don't mind taking offers, especially on an item that I was able to receive for free. I sold one of the last Funko Pops that I had purchased in the summer. I'm not a huge fan of selling Funko Pops. I thought that they were more popular and more valuable than they ended up being, and so it wasn't a great buy for me. I think at the end of the day, I purchased around like 9 or 10 of them, and I do think that it'll be profitable once all of them sell. However, the size of them in my inventory and the amount of profit I will end up getting really isn't worth what I paid for them. I ended up selling an Ant-Man Wasp figure for $9.99, and the buyer paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was a little too high. I paid $3 for each of them, and with shipping and fees it was $6.51. So my profit on this one wasn't terrible. It was $5.48, but there have been, I think, one where I lost money and some where I'm only making a couple dollars. So it's just not worth it to me. I'm probably not going to pick up Funko Pops in the future unless I look at comps for individual Funko Pops rather than buying them in a lot. This one in particular took 242 days to sell, and I think I still have 2 or 3 left that I need to sell. One of my favorite lots from this summer was a lot of video games for PC. I only have the really kind of less popular games left, and they're still trickling in for sales. I accepted a buyer offer for $4.50 on this High Heat game, and they also paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was 60 cents, shipping and fees was $5.04. So my total profit on this was $3.86, and it took 262 days to sell. Wouldn't be one of my what sold videos if I didn't mention something by Taylor Swift. I ended up selling a Taylor Swift cardigan from her Red album launch, Taylor's version. A buyer made an offer of $125 on Poshmark and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $65, which I had paid up for these cardigans thinking that they would be more popular because her original cardigans are very popular, and so aren't the ones from her holiday collection. However, the red cardigans I do think are a little bit more saturated. There's a bit more of them out and available, so they are selling at a lower price than some of the other variations. But $65 is still a good cost of goods. With shipping and fees, it was $32.67, so my total profit was $35, and it took 108 days to sell. Of course, if you've ever purchased anything from Taylor's website before, the shipping times are insane. They take so long to ship. So while I bought it 108 days ago, I probably received the item and got it listed not that long ago. I want to say it was only a month ago, so maybe 30-ish days. If you're able to find any of her cardigans out thrifting, I would definitely pick those up. They are selling for over $100 no matter what variation you're finding. So if you're paying thrift store prices, you're going to make a good profit. There are a lot of dupes out there. There is a website, wish.com, that makes a lot of dupes for things. So there is some resources where you can see if you have an authentic cardigan or if you have one that is a duplicate. But even the duplicates are selling for a high price. So whether it's authentic or not, if you can find it for a lower cost of goods, I would definitely pick it up. Next, from my eBay arbitrage haul, I sold a Rebecca Taylor leather jacket. It was super high quality and it had like a snake print type of embossment on the leather. The buyer offered $90 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $24.99, and with shipping and fees it was $25.67. So my total profit on this was $47.01, and it took 30 days to sell. The next item that sold was a Hogwarts. Why can't I say that? Oh. The next item that sold was a Hogwarts sweatshirt from my Style Encore. Actually, that was a Plato's Closet haul. and my Posher VA had sent out an offer for $30 and $5.95 in shipping. The cost of goods was $9, and with shipping and fees it was $13.67. So my total profit on this was $13.28, and it took 89 days to sell. I received feedback on this, and it's not bad. I got 4 stars for it, but the feedback also said that the item description was not great. I really don't understand what the buyer was thinking of, and like what would have not been described well enough for them, but 4 stars is good enough. I'm fine with that, and I'm just going to move on. The next item that sold was an item that I had discussed in my wrap up for the month of February, and it was this philosophy skirt. And this was an item that I accepted an offer on just to get it out of my inventory. A buyer offered $10 with $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $3, and with shipping and fees it was $10.62. So I only profited $4.05, and it took 106 days to sell. From my Style Encore haul, I believe it was for Lilly Pulitzer, I also picked up a bunch of $1 clearance items, and one of those items sold. It was this Liz Claiborne 1X pair of printed kind of lightweight trousers, and my Posher VA had sent out an offer for $16 with $5.95 shipping. The cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $10.87. So my total profit on this was $10.08, which, with such a low cost of goods, I am willing to take a lower amount of profit. My goal is $20 or higher for net profit, but when you get an easy $10, I'm not going to complain about that. It was a small item, so it was easy for me to store, and it sold within 36 days, so I'm happy with that sale. From one of my Poshmark arbitrage hauls, I had picked up a Calvin Klein snake print moto jacket, and that was an item that I was hoping would sell kind of more in the fall, autumn months, but I could see it working also for spring. A buyer had made an offer of $35 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was a bit higher. It was $15. I had picked it up in a purchase where I was buying items for myself, and when I buy items for myself, I usually look in the closet to see if there's any items that I would want to resell, because the more you bundle, the better deal you're going to get. And so $15 I felt like was a fair price to pay. It was a little bit higher than what I would have spent otherwise, but I did think it would sell. The sell-through rate seemed really good. The cost of shipping and fees was $14.67, so my total profit was $13, which is okay. I probably won't pay up $15 in the future for a Calvin Klein jacket, especially since it was faux leather, but it was a good experiment, and I'm not going to complain about a $13 profit. It took 96 days to sell. The next item that sold was a Veronica Beard utility jacket. Again, this made it into my February wrap-up video, and as being one of the most profitable items for the month. It sold for $125, and the buyer paid $9.85 in shipping. The cost of goods from my eBay arbitrage haul was $53.99, and with shipping and fees it was $27.58. So my total profit was $53.28, and it only took 13 days to sell. Also from the Style Encore $1 clearance event, I sold these Fabletics blue capri pants, and they sold for $18.99 plus $5 in shipping on eBay. The cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $8.10. So my total profit was $14.89, and these took 35 days to sell. Last but not least, I sold this Free People floral print halter neck bodysuit from the TJ Maxx Yellow Tag clearance sale. And on eBay, a buyer had made an offer for $42 and paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was higher. Actually, it wasn't on yellow tag clearance. It was just mixed in, and I knew it wasn't on sale because it didn't have that sticker, but I still felt like I could make a good profit off of it. So the cost of goods was $16.99, and with shipping and fees it was $10.07. So my total profit was $19.94, and it also took 50 days to sell. Those are the items that sold in the past week. Actually, I think this one was probably about a week and a half. I am starting to see sales pick up for eBay and for Poshmark, so I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to see what else March brings. If you're new to this channel, I would love it if you could subscribe, as I'm trying to grow my sales on eBay and Poshmark. I'm also trying to grow my channel, and my goal is to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm pretty far off, so I'm not sure that I'll hit that, but I would be super grateful if you could help me get to my goal, or at least close to it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know to keep making these what sold videos, and I will catch you on the next one.